Barry Diller's internet conglomerate, IAC, is spinning off its online dating apps and websites. Now, Ciaran, you've been looking at this. Of course, this is the Match group, which includes Match.com, unsurprisingly.
And Tinder.
And Tinder, with a faster-growing business. So what do we think of this? I mean, it's not as if splits are unusual for IAC. Barry Diller makes a habit of it. But
no, it makes a lot of habit. He's actually done very well for shareholders. He's spun off everything from Expedia, LendingTree, Home Shopping Network, just a whole slew of them. And the combined business have well outperformed the market as a whole. So you kind of think it's probably a good thing for shareholders. There's some questions over Match Group. You know, analysts seem to think it's about half of the company's value. And a lot of that's due to Tinder, which is just it's the online app which has just exploded in popularity among millennials and stuff. So the question is, they're just starting to put advertising on that and try to figure out how to make profits off all these users. And the question is, are they cannibalizing their other sites, which people pay to use, like Match.com?
Right. So Matt, I mean, most of the revenue at the moment is coming from the likes of Match.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then some from OkCupid, another free site.
How do they get around that? I mean, I think you were saying earlier on to us that different tiers of
There
pricing.
are a couple ways they can do it. There's always advertising. You know, I've seen one estimate. One analyst said, if they just because there's so many people swiping these things, 1 billion in a day, that's a lot of advertising you can show people. That's like 75 million a year just on advertising. But they're also experimenting with more fun things. Like they're saying, okay, you have to pay to get certain features. Like if you want to maximize the number of people you swipe right on. If you're older, you pay a bit more. Because no one wants
the desperation premium.
No one wants to date an old person.
Nothing to do with me.
Well, they justify it by saying, well, older people earn more money, which kind of makes sense. But there's also a selectivity thing.
Yeah.
And then you can imagine they do other things too, like maybe you show up higher and show more often for other people. There are other ways you can take advantage of that.
But when you say it's a profitable business, I mean, just how profitable is it at the moment?
30% margins, a bit more.
On EBITDA?
On EBITDA, yeah.
So it's up there in the almost up in the tech sphere.
Those margins will actually rise pretty quickly now because now they're starting to actually make some money off of Tinder.
Yeah.
That'll raise the margins as well. So you'd expect them to be higher. That is, as long as they don't cannibalize their other business.
Yeah. And what about IAC? What's it left with after this?
Kind of a grab bag of stuff. They've got their search and applications business, which is good, and there's some other small businesses, but nothing great. Of course, though, this is Barry Diller's vehicle, and he will go out and buy some more stuff, perhaps, and add to the mix.
Okay, Rob, thanks for talking us through that, and we'll be back with more Breaking Views tomorrow. Barry Diller's internet conglomerate, IAC, is spinning off its online dating apps and websites. Now, Ciaran, you've been looking at this. Of course, this is the Match group, which includes Match.com, unsurprisingly.
And Tinder.
And Tinder, with a faster-growing business. So what do we think of this? I mean, it's not as if splits are unusual for IAC. Barry Diller makes a habit of it. But
no, it makes a lot of habit. He's actually done very well for shareholders. He's spun off everything from Expedia, LendingTree, Home Shopping Network, just a whole slew of them. And the combined business have well outperformed